Actually, the medical inflation, which is rising, which has been like 14%, and all these costs have increased. One of the main reasons is also because after COVID, like what has happened is that a lot of people who go to these hospitals or clinics, most of them have health insurance, and then they are like कि चलो कितना भी खर्चा हो वो हमारे health insurance में covered है. So what I heard from someone was that these health insurance were also companies were facing a problem that कि इतने सारे hospitals से claims आ रहे, so they increased their premium which they used to charge to the customer. So ultimately what is happening right now is like someone was telling me that कि retail individual जो है वो suffer करता है because hospitals charge more, insurance companies have to pay more claims, so that's why they charge higher premium to you. And this is like a cycle which is going on, and that's why the medical inflation is on the rise. So what's your thought on this entire health insurance versus medical inflation going about?
But I think what you're saying is absolutely right. That's the nature of the beast. The moment you allow someone like a private player like Adani to provide you with something like electricity, what do you think his interests are? He cares more about his shareholders, of which he's obviously the biggest shareholder, to maximize his ROI, right? His interests are aligned. That's the problem, the major flaw with the capitalistic system. You've got to acknowledge that. And that's why there are some businesses which should not be treated as businesses. And healthcare and education are definitely, those are public goods. The moment you start doing this, you're just screwing things up. And that's the one thing we've learned from the US. And that's exactly the way we're headed there. And the trouble is the writing is on the wall, and yet we're doing nothing about it, which is going to, things are just going to get worse. Like someone said, in India, you're just one illness away from bankruptcy. And it doesn't matter even if you're insured, because you think, हाँ चलो मेरा insurance है हो गया. But तो एक बार तुमने claim किया, तो next time तू पॉलिसी रिन्यू करने की कोशिश करेगा, तेरा प्रीमियम 10x हो जाएगा. वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा, 1000 चीजें करेगा. एंड द प्रॉब्लम विथ इंश्योरर्स, दे एज बैड एज हॉस्पिटल्स, इज दे विल साइन यू अप, दे विल इश्यू यू द पॉलिसी, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टाइम टू क्लेम इट, दे विल क्रिएट 1000 प्रॉब्लम्स. नेम मैच नहीं होता है, ये नहीं मैच होता है, तुमने ये नहीं बजाया. द होल जॉब इज टू रिफ्यूज. इट्स अ मेस.
And I think I echo your thoughts about the kickbacks again, because I remember, so I had met with a knee accident, knee fracture and a partial ligament tear 4 months back, and the GP recommended me to go to this doctor who was in Breach Candy. And then when I went there, my 2 days bill was rupees 1.65 lakhs. And isme matlab actually it was a grade 2 injury, and there was actually no special need to get into an operation theater and perform a surgery over there, because we did not operate a surgery in the knee. मतलब knee के अंदर कुछ change नहीं किया. It was just a plaster जो लगाना था. They took me to an operation theater, and वहाँ पर मेरा पूरा ये plaster वगैरह गया. And when I saw the bill, so the surgeon fees were rupees 50,000. I was given an anesthesia which was rupees 15,000. OT charges were separate, I think around 5,000 or 10,000. I was just seeing कि ये करने का सिर्फ यही cost is like crossing 60-70,000. And then I was like कि I don't know, I mean ठीक है insurance से तो मैं cover कर लूँगा, but the bigger point is that I don't know कि क्या सही है, कितना सही है, and me as a patient I just have to listen to the doctor now because I've been admitted to the hospital. तो मतलब ये सब भी होता है.
But you're right, but the trouble is this is not going to end well. Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers. And the trouble is we optimize. It's a bit like you go to a government office. बस मेरी फाइल हिलानी है. अच्छा तू तेरी bribe ले ले तो मेरी फाइल हिला. But the second order consequences are when your kids are going to grow up in this country. You paid a 5% bribe. Tomorrow it's going to become a 50%. People don't think, all of us, and again, it's, all of us are, optimized for the short term. And I think that's what bothers me about hospitals, because patients are vulnerable. They come to you in the time of need. Then instead of behaving like a professional who has their best interests at heart, you've actually scalped them. There is actually, I think there's a Jewish religious book which says when doctors die, they will all go to hell.
Oh my God.
Doctors, when they die, will go to hell because they make a living of other people's misery.
My God.
Again, you'll have to Google it to find out exactly what. And sometimes I think some of them do deserve to. But okay, sorry.
No, what's the name of the book? Sir?
I'll have to check. I'll have to find out exactly which one it is. But I mean, there is people who think a little bit deeply about this stuff. And see, I think the trouble with medical technology today is your power to do good has increased so much your power to do bad has increased disproportionately. That's the problem.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.